Okay, ready?
Ready.
I'm Jeff Cameron from Brainchild, and we make two products. One is the online assessment built from state standards of about 30 of our states. And the other one is the handheld Study Buddy, which is a personal learning device with feedback. Both of them play the same content. Both have multimedia instruction. Both have a test mode and a study mode with immediate feedback. So when a student logs into the online assessment, this happens to be for Florida, so it's called FETC Achiever. They choose a subject. One of the things that we found over the years is that there's a lot of educational technology that's purchased but never used. So our big goal is to make things very simple to use. You choose the subject, and here is what we call a personal learning plan. These are the Florida state standards, and the student will pre-test on each standard, and then they can post-test. So they can guide themselves through it, or the teacher can make assignments for them to take certain tests. So if they need to know graphs and charts, the first time they take a lesson, that will be grayed out. They have to take a pretest. We want to know where the student was when they started using the system. If the student needs help, they can play a multimedia lesson in Spanish or in English. Let's play this one in Spanish. And you can't hear over your camera, but there's a voice explaining it in the Spanish there. And in the study mode is where you answer a question, and if you get it wrong, you click on the explain button, and it explains to you how to get it right, but it doesn't tell you the answer. We think feedback is where a lot of instruction can happen. This takes them through the steps. It ends up, what is 18 divided by 3? And 18 divided by 3 is 6 symbols. They get it right, and this works out the whole problem for them. So no matter if we're in math, language arts, reading comprehension, or science, it works the same way. There's a study mode. If they answer the question wrong, detailed feedback written for every single answer selection, and then that's that. The test mode, I'm just going to show you the test mode real quickly. Once we've done studying, when I answer the questions, I don't know if I'm right or wrong. It's like a real test. A lot of systems don't give you both a test and a study mode. Now, if I got a 20% on this test, now I want to know why. This will show me the questions I got wrong, and now I can get the feedback. So right now I can correct what was wrong with me. Instead of a student taking homework home, giving the answers, finding out 3 days later what they got right or wrong when it's not in their mind anymore. The Study Buddy has the same sort of content on it, and it works the same way. Now this one happens to be math. If I want to choose that data and probability. Now what's under data probability? Well, we have probability, and again we have graphs and charts. And we can play a lesson, we can test, or we can study. Here's our multimedia instruction, which has the same lesson that the online does. Now I'll get out of this. Now I'm going to test my knowledge, so I will page up to the test mode, and here's my questions. I'll answer them. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but they're all context questions. The important thing about our content is we build it for each state separately. We look at the state standards. Then we look at test item specifications to see how that standard is tested. And then with all my writers, I make them give me 3 sample questions out of a state test before they write me 30 to 50 questions to use here. Because different states ask the same sort of standard differently. Like percentages in one state, they don't ask questions like that the same way in another state. So basically there we are, and there's that review mistakes function again. We can go back to the ones we got wrong, and again we can find out why we got them wrong. So it's all about immediate feedback and about self-paced instruction. So a lot of what we do is giving students self-esteem. A lot of what we do is saving teachers a lot of time because they don't have to grade papers. Teachers can't possibly teach every single thing to every single student. So we give them an easy way to find out where the students' weaknesses are and give them lots of opportunities to learn on their own.